welcome to the show. This is a new show I'm doing called Pick Up and Play on this channel. And yeah, just wanted to talk about games I've recently picked up and I've been playing. Some I've been playing, some I've just picked up and put in my collection. And I just realised in October I picked up a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff for the PlayStation 4, a few PS5s, and I think a Switch game or two. And I just wanted to chat a little bit about them, just what my experience with them and why I kind of picked them up. A little bit of self-justification on why I picked stuff up, and I thought I'd share it with you all at home, just as a new series. I'll often do these maybe once a month, once a quarter, depending on how much I get and stuff, and where I feel like, yeah, it's time for me to talk about games coming up, because I know there's stuff in November I do want to talk about. So I might do one at the end of November or early December as well. So let's have a look what I've got. So let's start first with something I've been played a little bit of, and that is Stubbs the Zombie, Rebel Without a Pulse. I realised it had the subtitle underneath it, Rebel Without a Pulse. I've just finished this game a couple of nights ago. I originally did have the Xbox, not Xbox One, the Xbox original game many years ago. I played about halfway through, but I never finished the game. I know a few months ago it got a digital re-release on PC, PS4 and probably Switch, I don't know, I'm not too sure on that one. And I was like, you know what, I really want to play this game, but I heard there was a physical copy coming out. I heard there was a limited edition physical copy with was like 150 quid. I was like, I didn't want that, but then I saw there was just a regular version with the standard disc, and it cost me about £10–15, I think it was. So I was like, you know what, I'll get that. And I had a friend who bought the digital version, so I was like, oh, I can play it together with him. So I picked that up and I've been playing that. I played that through entirely with my friend. Very rare we do co-op games, but unfortunately it didn't have online co-op, so we had to do the whole share to play thing on a PlayStation, so I get to play a sort of latency ridden version of the game, but we managed to get through it all relatively fine. And yeah, it's a blast from the past. It's nothing, if you look at it now, it feels very basic, very simple. And I know it used to run off the old Halo engine for the original Halo game, the Halo Combat Evolved. And it very much feels like that. You know, you've got your sort of twin stick driving when you're in the vehicle sections. So you got twin stick stuff, so like your Halo Warthogs. You have sort of a respawn timer on split screen, so you've got to be in a safe area before person can respawn and whatnot. So it feels like it's definitely built off that engine, and they've done a few tweaks and modifications to make it this third person game where you play as a zombie and you get to eat people's brains. So that's the first thing I've been playing. Let's have a look on my list here. So I've kind of been playing this. I played just about the smallest little bit, mainly just messing around with the character creator and just getting some initial opinions. And this is Fire Pro World Wrestling. This is an older game. I think it was 2015, 2016 originally came out. And yeah, it's about all the Japanese wrestling stuff. I rarely pick up wrestling games, if any. And I saw this and I was like, I know it's got a Suda51 storyline you can buy as DLC, and I do want to play that. I was a big fan of Suda51's games. Yeah, that's something I would like to play with some friends on that one, but I got some initial impressions of the character creator, which is quite intensive. You can make all sorts of different crazy stuff. There's yeah, you just layer stuff on. You can make half your character missing or invisible because you've not layered stuff correctly, so it's quite intense. So I don't know if I'd recommend that game. It's relatively old now. It'd be nice if they made a newer one and, you know, more up to date, because I think like they've got some 2017, 2018 DLC for it, but it doesn't go any further than that. And I don't know if there is another one, it's definitely not being released in English as of now, because I know many of the older Fire Pro wrestlers did get released in Japan, but not over in England or the West. And this was one of the few that has been. So Fire Pro Wrestling, we'll make a better judgment call on it at some point in the future, hopefully. And up next, something else I've been playing. Yeah, let's go for something else I've been playing. So I've been playing a bunch of Iron Fury. So this is it's a game made by 3D Realms, obviously known for the Duke Nukem games, and this is using that same engine. I've got no idea what the engine's called, but so it looks very much like the Duke Nukem 3D game from the old mid-90s Duke Nukem game. Was it late 90s? I think like 98 was it maybe that got released? So yeah, it's everything where you've got these 3D worlds, but then everything's made out of sprites. So your gun models made out of sprites, the enemy models made out of sprites and stuff. Extremely fast paced. You're zipping around this game like an absolute madman. but it's nice. It's that style of game that they don't make anymore. So to get a new one of these after, I mean, many years of not getting them sort of games. We got a Duke Nukem re-release, didn't we, not so long ago? I think a 20th anniversary one. But to get an actual new style of game in that engine is really cool. I know there's a few people on PC, smaller groups on PC making them style of games as well. So I do like to see this sort of stuff. And hopefully they'll get some more. But the good thing about this game, it comes with like a manual and a sticker, which I mean that's quite interesting. And the art book, apparently, I had not really looked through the art book because sometimes art books have spoilers in them, and I just want to try and avoid a bit of that. But right, yeah, let's move on. Something I picked up that's got an art book and all sorts of stuff as well, but I've not been playing. Quite an embarrassing game. I got the Hyperdimension Neptunia. It's not even Hyperdimension, it's just Neptunia cross Senran Kagura Ninja Wars. So this is very much a fan service game. If you ever played the Senran Kagura games, you know what they're like. It's this sort of style. So instead of the Hyperdimension Neptunia RPG style, it's the more action style of the Dimensionia U games or all the Senran Kagura games. Bit fan service. You can even just see by the front cover, you can kind of guess what it's like. But yes, this is the limited edition day 1 version or whatever, and I think it comes with a few extra things. Yeah, includes I think it's a poster, and a reversible sleeve, some stickers. I mean, all the basic crap, and I didn't pay any extra really for it. It was as the basic edition, but I do have most of the Neptunia, most of the Senran Kagura games actually. So I was like, I kind of have to get that one, but yet to play it. I think it's just a cheesy weekend. I can just sit down and I want to de-stress and play something silly. I probably will play this in a little bit. Up next we have another pickup that I've not played yet. It is Ys Origin. The reason I picked this up was I know it got a limited run games release, the Ys Origin game, because I think it was originally a PSP game, but it's been ported to everything. And I know they did a limited run game run a few years ago in America, and that price went up for that. And then they got this release from .mu, so they published this version of the game, and I was really surprised that it actually got a physical release, and I saw it on the store shelf for relatively cheap. I was like, I've not played Ys Origin. I played Ys 5, I think it's Memories of Celceta, and probably another Ys game at some point, but I've not played many of them. But I've heard this one's a really good one to get into, so if I want to go back into the Ys series, I'm going to definitely try this one as my sort of, I won't say starting point, but just to re-get into these series hopefully at some point, because I've been recommended it by a few people online. I've seen it online, people talk about it. I'm like, you know what, that looks like it might be up my alley. So Ys Origin, something I will eventually play. Another pickup here, something I have played before, but this is just the physical version of it. So Helldivers. This is the Super Earth Ultimate Edition. I got this was dirt cheap. It was a second-hand copy, but it came with all the DLC stuff as well. And I paid about £4, I think, for that, for your British pounds, for Helldivers. I played this many years ago. I got it digitally. I think it might have been on like the PlayStation Plus or whatever it was at the time, or I might have bought it. But it's absolutely amazing. These are the same people who make the is it Magica series? So it's this very brutal, hardcore sort of top-down shooter, very much not aliens style, but what do you call it, with the bugs, with the antlions, oh my god, Starship Troopers. So very Starship Troopers without all the comedy. So it tends to be a little bit more serious, even though it clearly knows it's not as well. And it's an absolutely fabulous game. I used to put a lot of time into. It is a game, unfortunately, I feel like you have to play with friends when you get to a certain point, because it gets that overwhelming with the odds and the numbers. But it's a game where friendly fire is always on. You can airdrop stuff down, and you can accidentally kill your friends, or if you put a turret in front of them, like they'll get shot by the turret and stuff. So it can get quite goofy, and it requires a lot of commitment to make it really good. But to get a physical copy for next to nothing, quite happy with that. So yeah, good stuff. Right, up next, a game I should have played more of, but I have not. I got a copy of Metroid Dread, paid full for this one. Fortunately, just not had the time to put into this one. I've played it for about an hour maybe. It's something on. There's rarely any Switch games that I like at the moment. There's maybe 1 1/4. There's SMT coming out, SMT 5, but there's very few games that I'm looking forward to on Switch. So when one does come out that grabs my attention, I do usually get it. And the big one being obviously Metroid Dread. Big fan of Metroidvania style games. Love Symphony of Night. Love the Castlevania games. They just released obviously 3 new ones out of the Metroidvania style. The Advanced Collection, which is something I actually have been playing a bit of the Circle of the Moon quite a bit. I'm about halfway through the Circle of the Moon in that collection. I think I've played Circle of the Moon before, but I've never played Harmony of Distance. I think I might have played the third one. I don't know. Say a lot of games. Play a lot of games. So, but yeah, apparently this is pretty good. I've heard a few negative things, just like with the map design and stuff. It does look a little bland. Again, the Switch isn't the most powerful thing in the world, so you need to come with some good art design, punching with some good art design, and it seems like it's a little bit lackluster. But it is a mainline Metroid game, and it's getting a lot of people excited. So hopefully we get more of these, and we get a Metroid Prime 4 at some point in the future. So I know people are looking forward to that. Right, another cheap pick up. I'm just going to quickly blast past this one. So this is Rage 2. I have no idea if I like it or hate it or whatever, but again, I got it for next to nothing. I paid pennies for it, and I was like, you know what? I played the first one. First one was alright back in the day. The whole thing about mega textures, if I remember correctly, it was like really condensed textures and stuff, but I don't think this has any mega textures or whatever. But okay, next to nothing for this, so I'll have a go of it at some point, or I might just sit there forever. We'll see. This game, God, this is not in a great condition. So this is I got Tales of Zilly 2. I've got almost all the Tales of games, and this is one I'm missing. And I got a real cheap version with basically it's got a horrible reprint cover that they sell. So I paid very little for this, but I'm just glad to have it. It comes with a terrible CD that's all scratched up and worn, but I mainly just wanted it for the disc. I'm sure I can re-get a cover at some point in the future for that version. But I have an unopened copy of Tales of Zillia, Day 1 edition actually as well. So that's unopened, but this is completely opened and not even in a proper case. But let's move on. Right, something else I'll say a little bit of playing. So I've got the Super Monkey Ball Banana Blitz game. So this is a remaster of the first 2, I think, Monkey Ball games. Maybe there's 3, I don't know. I never really played Monkey Ball games back when they came out, because I know they were on GameCube exclusively for some time. I didn't have a GameCube when it originally came out. Do now and have a Wii and all that sort of stuff, so I can play a lot of GameCube games. But I saw this and I saw it had Kiryu from Yakuza in as an unlockable character, and some Sonic characters as well, I think. And I was like, you know what? I think it was made actually by the team who made make the Yakuza games, so I think they actually made this version of the game, and that's why Kiryu's in it. But yeah, I saw that, I was like, you know what, that'll be a little bit of fun. And I know there's some party games I'm playing it as well, but it's a 1 to 4 player, so you can play the party games with friends as well. But I need to spend some more time on, but I'm gonna hopefully play that. We'll see. Right, next. Oh, a game I've been playing put a lot of time into, surprisingly. Well, I say surprisingly, but because it's pretty damn good, and I didn't know if it was going to be. And this is Hot Wheels Unleashed. This is the PS5 version, and this is a game based on the Hot Wheels license, you can imagine. And it's not a sim race and it's not a kart racer. It's somewhere right in between the two. A bit simmy, a bit karty, and you play as little physical, small, little tiny sized Hot Wheel car, and you're racing on Hot Wheel style tracks, so the orange tracks, if you remember correctly, a little wider than the ones you probably had as a kid, because you can fit multiple cars on. As it is a racing game, you don't want it to just be one car after another, just going in a straight line or around bends and stuff. And yeah, you've got to race against the time, or race against other people, or people online. The online's a little bit broken, it's not great. Not like online has to be great for a racing game, but it's just like not really that good. But yeah, I've demolished that game. I've been playing so much of it. I'm right up to like the really extreme challenges now on the end of the story mode, which the game itself just on normal can be a little bit challenging. So just the sort of extreme stuff is really kicking my ass, and I don't know if I'll ever do it. The amount of time I've played in it though, that game, I've actually got a bunch of time in it where I'm like, yeah, if I don't play anymore, that's fine. You know, it's definitely worth my time, and I got my value out of it. So I've enjoyed playing that one. A game I used to enjoy playing, well, I say used to enjoy playing, but a game I have played before, another one that I got up for dirt cheap, that I wanted a physical copy of, was Velocity X2. So this is this is like, I wouldn't say it's like a runner game, but it's quite a fast-paced side-scrolling action game that turns into a game where you play as a starship, and you're going back and forth playing this like I think it's, I don't know if she's a bounty hunter or whatever, but this lady who was the main character, and yeah, I was doing some side scrolling, running gunning sections, then some ship sections that are quite fast, like auto scrolling. So you've got to, the screen will move and you have to keep up with it and stuff. Quite an intense, fast game, and I think it also on the Vita. But again, another one picked up like pennies again. So it seems like my collection, a lot of the stuff I bought is more dirt cheap, which is why there's not, there's not a lot of new games coming out at the moment, surprisingly, to say it's back end of the year. Hopefully we'll get some more in November. But yeah, quite happy with getting that for next to nothing as well. Something I have been playing and not been playing, I guess, because it's a double pack. So this is the Star Wars Racer combo. So I've been playing, I finished the Star Wars Racer game, actually, the re-release digitally. About 6 months ago, I got the Platinum Trophy for it on the PS4, and I was like, yeah, sweet. So I got that, I think that's the next thing. And then I saw Republic Commando, I was like, oh, I need to buy that, and it never really went on sale for a while. And then I saw this physical release, and I'll talk about the next physical release as well, because it's related to this. And I was like, you know what, I'll get this. So I got this double pack, and I'm going through Republic Commando at the moment. Now I'm about halfway, so I've just got off the first planet, which is Geonosis or whatever, I think it's from the Episode 2 film, Attack of the Clones. That planet, so I've done that, and I think you go to that, I think it's the Wookiee planet or whatever after that. So yeah, I'll definitely get around to finishing that game, and I might try and platinum the Republic Commando. It looks very viable because I am playing it on, the hardest thing to do apparently is to do it on the hard mode, and I'm currently just playing through the hard mode, so I'm halfway through on hard mode, so it should be pretty viable. And it's a pretty cool first-person shooter with a little bit of strategy about commanding your team around, because you're a part of a team. So I'll get back to that one, but yeah, recommendation, I guess, for this pack, because it wasn't a bad price. And the other pack I got was I've not really played it, but I've played these games many times before. So I got the Jedi Knight collection. So this comes with Star Wars and Jedi Knight 2 Jedi Outcast. So that's the one where he plays Kyle Katarn from the Dark Forces games prior. This is like, these games get renamed like so often, so it's like Dark Forces, then not Shadow of the Empire, but yeah, it's called Dark Forces, then Jedi Knight, now it's called Jedi Academy, because that's the one afterwards, the Jedi Academy game. So yeah, you come with Jedi Outcast 2 as well as Kyle Katarn, and then you can get Jedi Academy, where you create your own character, and you learn under Kyle Katarn and a bit of Luke Skywalker as well. And they're very cool games. Unfortunately, these are the console versions, so you won't be able to do the PC mod of being able to change it so you can dismember people very easily. There's a very quick console command in the PC versions of this, I presume the re-release and the original games, where you can use it to dismember people, which is pretty fun. And the online servers as well, I believe, are connected between between the PC and console, so you can play cross-play as well. So, because I remember the online back in the day on the Jedi, I think it must have been Jedi Academy, I played online, which was really cool. So yeah, another easy recommendation, because these games have aged pretty damn well. Right, something that's, I don't know if you'd say it's aged well or not, is I got the Destroy All Humans remaster. So this is the remaster by THQ Nordic of their classic THQ game from 2003, 2004 for the PS2, probably original Xbox as well. That's Destroy All Humans, and this is, it's a fresh coat of paint on the game. They've spruced it up. It looks really nice, especially in comparison to them GTA games that are getting a re-release very soon. Probably, actually not today. If I was to edit it up in time, there'd be, so to give you a bit of a time frame. So November the 11th. It actually looks really nice, and then I believe they kept all the structure of the missions and stuff like that. So I did originally finish that game. So I don't know if I'll get round to playing this one, just because I played the original a long time ago, and actually not so long ago, because I got the PS2 to PS4 part of the game. Not actually a big fan of it, but I don't know why I have a lot of these Destroy All Humans games, but I do. And there is the remaster of the second one coming out next year at some point. But let's move on. What else do we have? Ooh, okay, right. This is a bit of a shame, this one. So this is I got Hades on the PS5. I've also got the Switch version. I played a little bit of the Switch version, but I've not really played much Hades, and people say it is one of the best games of the year. It's a dungeon crawling roguelike game from top-down perspective, and it's made by the guys who made Bastion and God, what's that other one that I really like? Transistor. I actually really like Transistor, and I think I finished Transistor. Never did a physical release of that game, or Bastion, or if they did, it was like via limited run games, so I have zero chance of getting one now because that'll be dead expensive. But yeah, they made physical versions for all the different consoles for this game, so thank God for that. But yeah, this is a big pile of my shame category, if you call it, because it is a shame I've not played it yet. Do tell me, or shout at me in the comments saying, please play this game, it's really good, if you really do think that, because I know it got a lot of awards, but at the same time, it doesn't necessarily mean I will personally like it. But if I get enough people shout at me, I'm sure I'll get around to playing it a bit more, because again, I died like once in the game, and then I restarted the run and I kind of stopped with the game, unfortunately, on the Switch. But it'd be nice to play it on the big screen at 4K, and it looks really clean rather than just a little handheld mode I usually play my Switch games on. Oh, now I've got to really talk about some shame, actually. A big shame. So this is Lost Judgment. I'm a big fan of the Yakuza series. I've played all the mainline Yakuza series, and I finished all of them other than 7, which I'm currently playing through at the moment. So, well, not 7, it's called Like a Dragon over here, but Yakuza 7, as it should really be known. But I got a copy of Judgment when that originally came out. Never played Judgment, and then they re-released it on PS5. Yet to buy that version, and I was like, you know what, I need to get this new Lost Judgment as well, because that might disappear at some point. I was like, I don't want to, because there's a whole licensing thing about the main character as well, so I'm scared we'll lose these games forever. So yeah, I got a copy of Lost Judgment. I got this for cheap as well on launch day. I think I paid like 30 when it was going for like 50 over places, so I was like really happy with the price I paid for that. So I will get around to playing this, definitely, but I do need to play the original Judgment. I want to know, actually, you guys might be able to tell me at home, do I play the PS4 version, is that fine? Or do I go grab the PS5 re-release and where it runs at 60 frames per second and stuff? I'd like to know what you think. I'm up to playing either version, but I don't know which version is better, because I know there's a few visual design changes from the PS4 to PS5 version. But yeah, let's move on. Let's go back to something else I've been playing. So I got the Alan Wake remaster. This is on the PS5 as well. Quite a few PS4/PS5 hybrid games coming out at the moment. Yeah, big fan of Remedy's stuff. And I liked Control quite a lot. I wouldn't say I loved it, but it's a game I skipped out on, and I eventually got, and I was like, why did I skip out on this? I really liked it, and I finished the original Alan Wake back on the Xbox 360 many years ago, like 2009, so way over a decade ago, and I'm going back through this game. Biggest thing about this game is it's, I ever since after playing that game, I watched stuff like Twin Peaks, and I rewatched X-Files, and then just going back to this game after all these years and not after watching all that stuff, you can see a lot of similarities that I completely missed out on and I didn't understand. So being a bit older and a bit wiser, I can see why I like this game even more than I did back then. So yeah, loving this game. Maybe a little simplistic, it is very much the Xbox 360 era of games where it's very linear, and all you got to do is aim your flashlight at the enemies, shoot them. That's all you really do. There's not too many puzzles in the game. You put flashlights on stuff, and that's it. But it doesn't mean it's not a really cool game, and really cool writing as well. And I hope Remedy make an Alan Wake 2 or a Control 2 or whatever. I hope they make something very similar in that sort of vein, because of very cool stuff. Right, okay. We've got a couple more games in the shame. We've got a couple more games in the shame pile. Well, not shame pile. I've not been playing pile. And then 2 more in what we've been playing. So I've definitely not been playing this, but I did get a copy for pennies already. So I got Balan Wonderland. So this is the PS4 version. It comes with a PS5 digital upgrade as well, which I'll have to redeem some point soon, in case that ever expires, which I don't think it does, but you never know. So yeah, I got the Balan Wonderland game. I don't really want to ever play this, but it's a Yuji Naka game, the guy famous for making all the cool Sonic games back in the day from the early 90s, but apparently this game is really terrible. But I want to see for myself, and for what I paid for it, I can at least have a little try of it and see if I like it or hate it. It's somewhat fun to like hate Platinum, to and get 100% on and go, I did Balan Wonderland, that sort of like, I won't say it's bragging rights, but you go, look at me, look what I did, and this thing that doesn't matter at all. Another game. Don't know if I'll like this or play this or whatever, but it's a limited run games game, one of my first limited run games I've got. This is number 105 apparently on here. And this is Read Only Memories 2046. I think this is like a visual novel adventure style game. I don't know if I will like it and stuff, but again, I got limited run games and I paid like £10-12 for this, which is really cheap for a limited run games game. And it comes with all the stuff, so it comes with a little manual and a little card saying it's a limited run games game. Oh god, I can't say that. Say that 3 times fast. So yeah, got that from Sorting Star. I was like, why do you have this? I need to add this to my collection because it'll probably have a little bit of value, that's for sure. Right, so 2 final games I've been playing. Been playing a bit of Aliens Fireteam Elite. So this is a team-based shooter where you play as a colonial marine and you go around just blasting bugs and aliens. There's not much deep story. There's not really the voice acting's there, but like there's no lip sync to the voice acting, so it's very interesting game. But yeah, and you just go play levels, you go grind, you level up your weapons, that sort of stuff. Unfortunately, I'm playing the campaign at the moment, and I don't know if everyone's finished the campaign or all playing the post game. But I'm usually teamed up with bots because there's very few times there's people on there, so it means the game's either dead or everyone's playing the post game. So I want to get to the end and find out, is there much of a community alive in this game? Because if there is, I reckon I could have a bit of fun and convince some friends to buy it as well, and we could all play some. Or if it goes on like PS Plus, then I'll be like, hey, I'll play through the main campaign with you, or I've got it physically as well, and we can blast some aliens together. So yeah, and then finally, a nice surprise game because I skipped out on it when it originally came out. So I got the Metro Exodus Complete Edition for the PS5. So I skipped out on Metro Exodus because I think it was coming to the end of the sort of console life cycle. I was like, I don't want to play this PC intensive game on this older console on the PS4 or Xbox One and stuff. I was like, you know what, it's I don't feel like it'll run well. And obviously being a sort of we call them Eurojank games, so like these Eastern European games, they usually have a lot of jank, much like Cyberpunk when they first launch. You often get buffed out, and that's been the case with this. All the jank has been buffed out. There's a little bit here and there, but not too much to really affect the experience. So yeah, this has been really cool, and I do like that they changed this game from being sort of like, I won't say dungeon crawling, but you spend a lot of time in underground and metro, then a bit of open area. But this is a bit more open world, and a bit more outside, and you get a bit more variety rather than just this cold, snowy thing. And the underground tunnels, you have this sort of sand area, you have this swamp area, and yeah, really surprised me how cool that is. But that's it for all the stuff I've been playing. I've probably been recording for well over half an hour now, so hopefully I'll edit down a little bit. But thanks for listening, and if anything's taking your fancy, I'd love to have a chat with you down below about what you've been playing, what you recommend me pick up if I missed anything over the past month or so, because that's my past month or so pickups, and what else I should be picking up in the future, because I've already got a few to one side. You can't see off screen, but I've got a few there, and I'll be talking about them next time. Bye for now.